Brad Hupp, and my daughter Cameron is on Young Life staff. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about how Young Life affected me. Once Cameron got involved in Young Life, I had this great, it was like the weight of the world was lifted off of my shoulders, because I was struggling with being a parent and trying to be a good parent. Make sure that Cameron was in a safe place, and also that she was free, independent, got a chance to grow up without me just hovering over her. And I got to place her in God's hands, and God took her and relieved me of all of that pressure, whatever that was. But the way I actually became involved in this was we went to the first wildlife meeting. I think it was an introductory thing, and it was at Jane and Jeff's house, Jane and Jeff Matson's. And there were a lot of other parents there, and I got, to talk to people, and we got to see what it was all about. She went to camp that summer and came back, and that was the beginning of this huge change that happened to our lives, because this had a big impact on her, and she was saved, and she had this big sign and told me all about it. It was exciting. Well, her counselor went to this one church, and Cameron wanted to go to that church the next Sunday. And so I took her, and then going in, I asked, is it okay if I go in, with you? And she was, like I was supposed to know that it was okay. I didn't. I thought maybe this was, Anyway, so I went in with her, and I went to church, and there's this young gal that led the worship beforehand, and I was really taken with that. And I remember that the girl next to me was raising her hands, and I was, it was kind of a foreign thing. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it was different, and well, anyway, so I get in there in this setting where we are at church, and all of her friends, a lot of her friends are there, and her counselor was there, and it was this kind of continuation of this camp experience for her, I thought, anyway, and I was getting to get a glimpse of it, but I was really taken with the worship music, and I'm involved in the worship music community now a bit. I ended up a few years later becoming a member of that church, that same church, and a year or two after that, I got the courage to actually audition for, and now am a member of the worship team. This is an experience that I am experiencing now that would never have come without all of this before it. And I don't know, it's another beautiful part of my life right now. I got how's my faith changed over the course of this, and the biggest thing for me internally, how it has changed, is that the Bible has come alive for me. I mean, I've read the Bible from cover to cover, as growing up, several times actually, but it didn't really. There was comprehension or whatever, but it wasn't as alive as it is. I can be moved to tears reading the Bible now. One of the things, that my daughter and I have done over the years is she wanted to read Twilight. And it was recommended, I went out and I was looking up to see if kids that age should read that book or not. And it was recommended that I read the book first and make my own decision, right? And so I did. And I figured, what the heck. So I read the book, and then she read it, and then we went through the series, and then we picked other books, Hunger Games and Maximum Ride, and I don't know, but we continue to practice reading books and talking about them. We have those same kinds of conversations that we had about reading books about the Bible now, and what a blessing. That's an important part of my life now, so much more important than it ever has been before. So that's pretty much wow, talk about a dramatic change. Me, and I'm like this now, and I like that. I like that.